Well, good morning.
Morning.
So, a lot of people say this is a momentous day, this is a different day. This is a game-changing day. And I'm so proud to talk a little bit about Casa Latina. There's so many people who have been involved. Our leadership team and our deans have been instrumental in getting Casa Latina started. I want to point out our provost, Dr. Hilda Helly, who originally from Puerto Rico. This was really her putting much of this together in the beginning. I give her a ton of credit for this. This is exciting because it's only one of its kind in the country. And, Latinos are the fastest growing population in the country, but least represented in higher education. And you know who's at fault? Higher education, because we haven't responded like we should have. And that day is changing. I mean, we've been improving retention rates all along. I mean, we've gone up 32% in our retention rate. That's a leading indicator to graduation. And for our Hispanic population, it's gone up in the last 5 years by 5 or 6% by itself. But we wanted more than that. We wanted something that would not only attract Latinos, would retain them, would graduate them, and would place them in the great occupations. And so Hilda correctly talked about language being one of the barriers that they faced. So we're actually it's been massive work by our academic people, by our marketing people, by our student services people, having a Spanish website, having every contact with a student by someone who is multilingual. By the way, that is not me. But it is us changing for their needs. Often universities say, well, come and adapt to our culture, to what we do. And what we said is, what is the culture that would be most successful for you? And that's what we've been changing. So I'm so proud of this day. I want to tell you that I'm going to introduce Carlos in a minute, but we have some impressive speakers here. Mark Moreno, the head of the Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, came from Detroit to really talk about what this might mean to the whole state. Guillermo Cisneros, the president of the West Michigan Hispanic Chamber, in the same way. And Omar Cuevas, the senior vice president of investor relations at the Grand Rapids Chamber. So these are heavyweight people. I said our whole future depends on what they say today. Not really, but I'm just proud to be a part of this. I'm proud to, speaking from our board of trustees, that they're proud of this whole initiative as well. So let me introduce someone that I'm proud of, also an alum of Davenport University, Carlos Sanchez, and he is going to run the entire Casa Latina program. Carlos, please.
Buenos dias. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. As Rick mentioned, my name is Carlos Sanchez, and I am the inaugural Executive Director of Casa Latina at Davenport University. I'll tell you a little bit about what Casa Latina is, the whys, and the why, and how this is going to help our community. The why is very simple, and Rick talked about it. We need an educated community, and we need a Latino community that is educated, right? That is well educated. There's about 500,000 Latinos in Michigan, but only 2% of us have a college degree. So we're not represented in those numbers, right? So when we set out to devise Casa Latina, to develop Casa Latina, there was some research done, and we found mainly 3 areas in which the reasons that Latinos were not in higher education. One was financial. Of course, that mirrors other communities. The second was that they felt their English was not good enough. And it's important to underscore they felt, because they have never been tested, really. And the third was they felt that higher ed was not for them. They didn't see themselves in higher ed. So out of that, we set out to develop Casa Latina. At Casa Latina, we're gonna offer scholarships. At Casa Latina, we are developing 12 programs at the undergraduate and graduate level that are going to be taught in a dual language methodology, which is bilingual. How does that work? 1 week you will learn accounting in Spanish. Next week is in English, Spanish, English, and so on and so forth. Of course, we are not repeating what we just saw last week, right? Because it will take a lot more time to get through college. But we are increasing. So a dual language methodology. Also, that will hopefully solve the issue of not speaking the language or feeling that they don't speak the language good enough. The third piece is that we are developing we are creating a support system around the student, the same support system that our Davenport students have. We're creating that in a bilingual format, as from advising, recruitment, tutoring, the bookstore, etc. All the services that we have, financial aid, all the services that we offer currently, will be offered in a bilingual format to our students. So the students can actually choose the way in which they want to be served. As Rick mentioned, rather than us inviting Latinos to come to Davenport University and adapt to the way we teach, we are adapting to the way the Latino community speaks. We know that we are Latinos. We speak English. We speak Spanish. We also speak Spanglish, right? If you see a group of Latinos, we go back and forth. So that is basically how we're going to teach these classes. Again, 12 programs, undergraduate and graduate level. We hope that with this, we hope to increase the number of Latinos that graduate from college, of course, retain them, graduate them, and then, of course, get them to go to a master's degree. So that is how we're going to do it. Incidentally, when I came to this country some 25 years ago, I came with 2 years of college. When I came to Davenport, at that time, the process was I have to send my transcripts to a third party. I paid about $900 to $1,000 for it, translate them into English and the U.S. educational system. If I didn't have had those $1,000, I would probably not be here. So that is the other piece that we're doing. At Casa Latina, we're going to take that process in-house, where the students will bring their transcripts. By the way, in Latin America, we don't call them transcripts, so they're credentials. They will bring the credentials from their countries, and we will assess them in-house. Of course, we're not going to charge them for that, so they're going to save money, and hopefully we will be able to get them the most credits that all the credit that they deserve, that they have achieved. So that is in short Casa Latina. I would be happy to answer any questions after this, but to speak about the impact that this will have in our community, I want to invite Mark Moreno as the director of the the Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Please.
Well, thank you, Rick, Carlos, the Davenport faculty, staff, leadership, and student body. It's wonderful to be here. It's an honor and a privilege to be a part of today's event. It is a history-making time for Davenport and our community at large here in Michigan, and what will be globally, based on the impact that I believe this program will have. Many years ago, I realized a God-placed vision on my heart. I wanted to get into international business. I didn't have a clue as to what that meant. I just knew I wanted to continue to study Spanish, my love for the Spanish language, and do business in foreign countries. I wanted to see the world and travel the world and marry those two. I'm a second-generation Mexican-American. whose parents didn't go to college. My father didn't graduate from high school. I'm proud to say that he went on to get his GED later in life. So when I entered high school and needed 2 years of a foreign language, I figured two things. One, with a last name like Moreno, I probably ought to study Spanish and try to bring it back into the family. And secondly, I realized that Spanish would be the second most spoken language in the United States and globally as well, and probably provide me some highly marketable skills as I sought to enter the workforce and not know what doors would be opened, but was very hopeful. So fast forward decades, and I've been blessed to experience and work in 32 different countries and live in Spain and Mexico with my family as well. I share this background with you because Casa Latina is a game changer. The business vocabulary and nuances that I learned while studying Spanish and taking my business courses really proved to be inherent and beneficial when I entered the workforce. And so it was a lot of on-the-job experience in taking that vocabulary and trying to blend those two worlds of Spanish and then the business world as well. As the leader of the Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, we serve hundreds of businesses looking for great talent that is equipped with skill sets to drive economic growth, both from driving positive change within organizations and profitable growth. A good number of those businesses have national and international operations and revenue in the billions of dollars spanning across many different industries. Those businesses are seeking to employ talent that can help them not only address current needs, but future needs going forward. And the future is La Comunidad Latina. Hispanics comprise almost 20% of the US population. Michigan has a Hispanic population of approximately 5%, but over the last 5 years has experienced a year-over-year growth of 43% of immigrants coming into the state. And many employers realize the significance of these statistics and what it means to their business. Others are just beginning to realize that. The wonderful thing about Casa Latina, there are many, okay? And Carlos shared how the program is offered in both English and Spanish and will be going back and forth every week. And while there is a humongous need for this program for Latinos, what I'm also excited about is it's not just for Latinos. This initiative is open to all lovers of the Spanish language and are able to capitalize on the program offerings that it has for them to help steer their trajectory going forward into their future careers. This investment in bilingual students in the Spanish language is something that is not only needed but long overdue. So thank you, Rick, Carlos, again, Davenport University, for raising the bar. The Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is honored and proud to be a part of this initiative for many, many years going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, very much. And now, Guillermo Cisneros, the President and CEO of the West Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Carlos. Well, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you all. Thank you, Davenport University, for this opportunity. Thank you, Rick, for welcoming us to your beautiful home here in Davenport. My name is Guillermo Cisneros. I am the President and CEO of the West Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and it's a pleasure to be with you all to really be a witness of this amazing opportunity that Davenport University is given to the Latino community, and not just to the Latino community, but to the entire Michigan community. I am a proud third generation of college Latino. In my trajectory, I saw the incredible benefits that college brought to my family. My grandpa was a chemist, my dad was an attorney, and I studied accounting in Mexico. As we continue to see the growth of the Latino community in West Michigan, we need to make sure that this region has the proper infrastructure and structures to be able to continue to provide the resources that this Latino community need for the future. We are projected to grow 130% by 2045 just in the region, in the greater Grand Rapids area. The last 2020 census gave us incredible information as the population in Michigan sadly declines. The growth in population in the state of Michigan came from primarily 5 counties. 2 of those counties are Kent County and Ottawa County, based in West Michigan. And these counties grew thanks to the Latino community. So as we think of the future of talent, as we think of a regional economy, as we think of getting the next generation of Latino business owners and Latino entrepreneurs prepared, this program that Davenport University has put together is going to be a game changer, not just to this region, but to our state, and hopefully will show what it can be done at a national level. Many individuals, as I have experienced as a CEO of the West Michigan Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, feel more comfortable in different languages. When I came to this country, I felt more comfortable in Spanish 100%. I'm starting to get comfortable in English after 15 years of being in West Michigan, but there are still terms that if you want to serve globally, like my predecessor, Mark Moreno, he worked internationally. If you want to go to different countries, you need to master the language. One piece of data that I wanted to share with you as well is that Mexico is the first trade partner of the United States, and Michigan is the second trade partner, of Mexico. So the opportunities that we have if we train this next generation of Latinos are endless. As we continue to see our economy grows, we need to make sure that we continue to invest in organizations and schools and institutions like Davenport University that are setting the standard and are setting the foundation for the future in this region. Thank you so much for this brave initiative. Everything is a journey, so I wish you the best in this beautiful journey that you are providing us to all of us. Thank you so much.
Gracias, Guillermo. And last but definitely not least, Omar Cuevas, Vice President of the Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce. Ya mero, almost. My mother tongue was like, you got to share your remarks in Spanish this morning. But I was like, you know what? Maybe not today. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Buenos dias. My name is Omar Cuevas, and I have the honor of working at the Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce. And I wonder what Conrad Svensberg was thinking when he joined the chamber back in 1887, if we were going to be here today with 4 out of the 5 speakers being Latino at the launch of Casa Latina. I stand before you not just as an executive of the Chamber of Commerce representing our staff, committed staff with subject matter expertise, supporting small business, our board of directors, but more than 2,700 businesses that can see the potential in a program like Casa Latina. We're a proud partner of Davenport University and a supporter of this institution, and as it leads in educational excellence. We are immensely pleased to recognize the leadership, Dr. Rick Pappas, Hilda Heli, and Carlos Sanchez at the launch of Casa Latina, a groundbreaking program
offering degree courses in Spanish. This initiative is a significant milestone, not only for Davenport University, but also for our entire community. Casa Latina epitomizes our shared commitment to maximizing the economic potential of new Americans in our community. By providing not only accessible, but high quality education in their native language, they're opening doors to new opportunities, fostering economic empowerment, enhancing the vibrancy of our workforce. Moreover, Casa Latina also offers a beacon for those students that have spent their primary years of education in Spanish immersion programs. Those that maybe saw their potential limited to Spanish to high school. So now, from Southwest Community Campus to Ada Vista, they can find themselves here at Davenport University in Casa Latina. The seamless continuation of their linguistic and cultural education is pivotal. It prepares them for a more globalized market. Davenport is bringing Grand Rapids to the world through Casa Latina, as they prepare in a versatile way of providing them education pathways to the future. The Grand Rapids Chamber is also thrilled to witness the unfolding of this innovative program. Who knows what it's going to be in a few years. We're confident that it's not only going to enrich our community, strengthen our workforce, but also highlight the incredible talent and potential de nuestra comunidad latina aquí en el oeste de Michigan. So on behalf of the Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce, I want to congratulate Carlos, Hilda, Dr. Papas for this immense milestone here in our region, and wish you nothing but success as you help launch our community into the future and more global partnership to make sure that our workforce and our talent pipeline is prepared para el mañana. Davenport has been a welcoming place for Latinos, but now they've created a bigger casa, a place of belonging, where it's going to be not only okay, but encouraged que conversación en español esté pasando aquí en la cafetería, that you hear people and not look over and say, why are they speaking Spanish? But saying, that's a value add in our community. Felicidades.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. And before I turn it back to Dr. Papas, I missed to say the programs are going to be delivered 100% online. So to help our community come study and get a degree at the time of their choosing. So with that, Dr. Papas.
So I heard some pretty good words, groundbreaking, all of these very inspiring for all four of our speakers. I don't know who the non-Latino was that you were referring to, but we'll find that person. I'm so excited to be here. What it's going to work on today, and I think it was mentioned, talent gap. When you think about the talent gap, this fits perfectly into that. People who are very capable now will be able to fill really extraordinary jobs. So we're going to have individual interviews with any of the media. We've got our speakers are willing to sit and talk with you, and so thank you so much for coming to this press conference. And it is going to be a great day because something new is occurring, and we'll help develop it. So thanks for all of your support. Thank you.